Welcome back, friends. Welcome you all in the session 3 by Tutorial Live for JavaScript ES6 Fundamental Crash Course. So this will be the last session and I believe the longest session in all of the three sessions. Today we are going to start with arrays. So we have already discussed variables, primitive data types, non-primitive data types, arrow function, template string, ES6 classes concept, rest parameter and the spread operator. So remaining thing that is required to start with React.js are array methods and array iterative methods. So we have been provided with some inbuilt methods of arrays that we can use for different functionality, different uses. And as we know, we can iterate through array elements. So we have some iterative methods for array also. So we will look into those things today. So be patient with me and try to listen carefully what I am trying to do. I will give I will give the example for all the scenarios. Okay, all the methods, how we can use those methods. So let's start with the session. So the first thing, I have created an empty array. We know till now that if you want to create an array, we need the square brackets. If we just write like this, it will create an empty array for us. So we can use the console to see what is there at this time with this array. So this array is an empty array. If I console.log this particular variable my array, so it is returning an empty array whose length is 0, but it is type of array with 0 elements. So we have created an empty array. Now we'll start with the first one method that we have used earlier also, that is the length method. So length method, what it will do, we'll see. If you want to see the things that what it can do, so we will just hover on this particular thing. Array is not a method. Okay, it is a getter and setter kind of thing that will return the number of elements or the highest number of element plus 1 to the value that it will equal to the number of elements in the array, because the index from the array is starts from 0. Okay, so if we have 4 elements 0 1 2 3, the index highest index will be 3, but the number of elements in the array will be 4. So it will return highest index of the array plus 1, or we can say it will equal it will return the total number of elements available in that particular array. So the method length will return the length of the array. So we can see at this time the length of the array is myArray.length. It is returning 0. Now in the last session we have seen that we can use square bracket notation or the or the quotes notation. So here if you want to create any element in the array, what we can do, we can use this particular square bracket notation also. As we know, the length is returning at this time 0, and we want to add any elements in the array. What we can do, if you have any idea about array, so array is having element at index value like this 0 1 2 3, like this. If the first element, if there is an array like this, if I just consider this is my array, then 0 will be at 0th index. Let's do it here. 0 comma 1 comma 2 comma 3. So we have, there are 4 elements at this time in the array. Let's comment out this particular part or delete this part. So what it is returning at this time, we have 4 elements. 0 is at the 0th index and all the remaining elements like this. So we have that highest element at this time. If I just comment out this particular line and this line also, so what happens, we can see that length of the array is 4 and we have element like 0 1 2 3. Okay, and highest index is 3, so 3 plus 1, it will return length of the array as 4. Now if I want to add any element in the array, what I can do, or if I just want to see what is in my array at 0th index, what I can do, my array and 0th index. So I will write console.log my array at 0th index, what is there. So it will return okay, at 0th index it's 0. If I just check on the first index what we have, so it is something like this 1. Okay, so this particular my array and the square bracket, this particular bracket notation will help us to get as a getter or setter method for the array. If I just call like this, it will return what the value at the particular index in the array is available, or if I just assign some value to this particular thing, it will add that particular element to the array. So similarly, my array dot length is returning like 0 at this time, or it is returning at this time 4. My array dot length is returning 4. So this particular variable, this particular line is something like this. If I just describe this line, so it is something my array, and in the square bracket it is having value 4. Then I told you that it is a getter or setter method. So if I just equal to and then put something here, it will assign that particular value to the array. So let's remove this line so you can understand what I have written here. So on 4th index or on the 5th place, we are adding JavaScript. So you can see if I add like this, so now we have elements like this. We have added JavaScript on the 5th position, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5th, or on the 4th index, 0, 1, 2, 3 on the 4th index. You can see on the 4th index we have JavaScript added here. So this is one way to add some elements to the JavaScript if I want to add at the end of the of the array, but this is not the recommended way. We'll see what is the recommended way by array to add elements. As I told you that we can add elements like this. So here I have tried to add tutorial. Let me blank this array again. So now we have an empty array. We have seen that particular example. My array at 1, at first position I want to add tutorial. So I haven't added anything at the 0th index at this time. So that's why this particular thing, you can see it has created an empty element or the hole in the array at the 0th index, but on the first index we have added tutorial. Okay, so we have now array like this empty, and the on first index we have tutorial. If I just want to update this particular value, as we know this particular square bracket notation is getter or setter. If I just call it like console.log my array 1, it will return tutorial, but if I want to add something, we can add like this. Similarly, this particular method will help us to update the array element also. On first index, if I want to update this particular value, we can write like this and put a new value, same syntax, and it will update the array for us. You can see now we have on the place we have tutorial, we have now blocked the updated element that we have added, or updated value at that particular syntax. So this way we can add or update the elements in the array. Now as I told you, this particular thing is not the right way or the recommended way to add elements in the array. We have been provided with the push method by array, okay, by JavaScript to add elements in the array. So we'll see how we can use the push method. So this is the syntax is something like that, dot push and the value that I want to add in single quotes. If it is a string value or if it is a numeric value, we can use it without single quotes also. So we'll do that. I want to add Rohit in my array. So what I will write, my array dot push, and Rohit is a string, so it will be in single quotes. In single quotes, if I write like this, it will add an element Rohit in the array. You can see we have added Rohit in the array. If I just at this time, if I console.log this particular array, so it will return Rohit. In the second line, if I want to add some more elements, like if I want to add a numeric value in the array 15, so it will add one more element 15, but it is from the rear end of the array, not from the front end. Means 15 comes after Rohit, not before Rohit. So it proves that push method will add the elements from the rear end of the array, not from the top end of the array. Similarly, if I want to add some boolean value, we can just console.log at this time. So what happens? It has added true. So we have now Rohit 15 and true. Similarly, if you want to check the length of the array, so we have the length of the array as 3, 0, 1, 2. Highest index value is 2, 2 plus 1, 3, or the number of elements are 1, 2 and 3. So we have the length of the array as 3. So let's comment out. We have understood what is push method, how we can use. Now as we can add some elements to the array, if I want to remove some elements from the array has also given us a method that is known as pop. To add elements to the array, it's push. To remove the elements from the array, it's a pop. And how pop will remove the array, we'll see. So if I just write the syntax like that, my array and pop, we need not to pass anything inside this particular thing, because it will remove the elements from the rear end, from where the using push method we are adding the elements. From that side only it will remove the elements from the array. Let's see one by one. If I just comment out this particular thing for now, the to pop thing, okay, control KC. Now as soon as I call this particular pop method and console.log my array, what happened? Okay, my array is not having at this time any element, so let's add something here. Okay, my array was I have added Rohit, I have added 15, I have added true. There are 3 values at this time in the array. As soon as I call this particular pop method, so what happened? It has removed the last one element, true. As I told you, pop method will remove the elements from the rear end, so it has removed this particular true, the boolean value or the last element from this particular array, and now we have only 2 elements, Rohit and 15, available in the array. Similarly, if I call twice this particular pop method as I did, so what happens? It will remove all the elements from the array, and now if I check the elements in the array, there are no elements. It's an empty array and the length of the array is now 0. So this is the way we can call this particular pop method. Pop method. So we understood how we can add the elements and remove the elements from the array using push and pop method, but both the method will work from the rear end of the array, not from the front end or the top end of the array. Now we need to check how we can add or remove elements from the top end. We have seen how we can add or remove from the rear end. Now we have to see there are methods to add and remove elements from the top end also. So we have shift method for this. I have created one more array, my array 2. Okay, we have the value tutorial live, one boolean value false, 99, and one string value at the end, my element. If I just call shift method, the syntax is similar to pop. We need not to pass any parameter to the method. We'll just call like this, my array and shift. Okay, if I just check what at this time we have in the array, my array 2. So we at this prior to this particular thing, if I just console.log before calling this particular shift method, my array 2, so we can see that we have tutorial live, false, 99, and my element. There were 4 elements in the array. As soon as I called shift method, it has removed tutorial live, this particular string element, from the top end of the array, totally opposite as we were using pop. If we have used pop method at this time, it will remove the my element, the last one element from this particular array. But as we have called shift method, so it has removed the topmost element or the first element of the array. So this is shift. Now we'll move how we can add elements to the array from the top side. So for that, reverse to shift, there is unshift method. Okay, so if I just call this particular unshift method, what it will do, it will add the elements at the top. So we can see we have this particular array before calling this particular unshift method, and the array is having value tutorial live, false, 99, and my element. As soon as I call this particular unshift method, it is similar to the push method. We need to pass the element that we want to add. Okay, so it will add this particular element at the top. So we can see we have element at the top, that particular element that we have passed at the first position or on the 0th index of the array. So it is totally reverse. Shift and unshift method is totally reverse to the pop and push method. So we have understood till now how we can add elements from to the array, how we can remove elements from the array from top end as well as from the rear end. Now if I want to delete something from array, delete one specific element from the array, so we have one specific method. We have some specific methods. Okay, not one method, we have some specific methods with our use as we want to use. We can call this particular delete keyword or delete method, delete my array 2, from which array we want to delete the element and from which index we want to delete. I have written I want to delete the element from the first index. So what it will do, it will remove the element. If I just open this console.log, so we have this particular element like this, and on the first index we have false value. It has removed the element from the array from first index, but it has created an empty element, or we can call a hole in the array. So delete will help us to delete the elements from the array, but it will create a hole in the array or create an empty element in the array. So that is also not a recommended way if you want to remove something from our array. So for that we have splice method. Okay, splice method has some overridden properties. Like if you want to remove something from our array, so what we can do, we can call this particular splice method rather than calling this particular delete method, and it has two parameters. The first one parameter is the position from where we want to start removing the elements, and the second parameter is how many elements from that particular position we want to remove. So we have given that we want to remove the elements from the first index, and how many elements we want to remove one element from this particular array. So if I just console.log this particular array at this time after calling this method splice method, so what it will do, it has removed one element from the first position. So prior to this, at first position we have false method. Okay, once we have called delete method, so what it will do, it has removed false, but it has created an empty element at this particular place. But as soon as we call this particular splice method, so what it did, it has removed the element from the first position, and we have passed the second argument 1. We want to remove one element from this particular position, so it has removed the only one element. So what it will do, it has three things, it can do three things. So first one, it can remove the element, and second thing, it will return what element we want to, what element it is going to remove. Okay, so if I call this particular method, same method 1 comma 2, from first index I want to remove two elements. So this is the element that it will remove from first position, false, and two elements false and 99. These are the two elements that will get removed if I call this splice method. So it is returning those elements. Okay, we are going to remove this particular element. So this is the second feature of splice method. It will remove the element as well as it will return the deleted element, that it will delete, it has deleted from the array. Third thing, it will add the elements to the position from it where it has removed. It can add the elements to those positions. So if I call this particular method, so what it will do, if I console.log this particular thing at this time, so three things, it has removed the element from this particular position, first position, two elements, and it has added two new elements on those positions, and that will be the last most element at the last most element of the array. So new element 1 and new element 2, it has added two new elements to the array. So these are the three things that splice method can do together. Now this is the something that how we can remove the element. If I want to see how, if I want to just select some specific portion of the array, so we have similar to splice, there is slice method. So there is a smaller difference between, once we call this is splice, splice, splice method, and this is slice method. So slice will return the selection of the array. So it has also two overloaded methods. How? So the first one is the start point and the second parameter will the end point. So if I just call this with the first parameter 2, means like the start position, so what it will do, it will return. So prior to this particular thing, we have array like this, tutorial live, false, 99, and the element. What it wants to, what I have passed, the first index, so 2, so 0, 1, and 2. On the second index we have 99, so it will return all the elements from the second index. It will return all the elements from the second index. So remaining elements from the second index in this particular array is 99 and my element. So it has returned 99 and my element in a new array. Similarly, if I pass the second parameter also, from 0th index I want to slice or I want to select only two elements. So what it will do, we have passed 2 here. So what it will do, tutorial live at the 0th index, and the two elements from 0th index is 0 and 1, tutorial live and false. So it has two overloaded methods. If I pass the second argument, it will return that much of element from that index. But if we won't pass this particular second parameter of this particular method, it will return from that index and the remaining elements of the array. So we understood slice and splice method also. Now if I want to concatenate two array or a string, so we have concat method to merge or concatenate the array. Let's comment this particular thing for now being, because we have already written console.log my array and my array 2. So we have, if I just add some elements in my array using push method, I have added one element, I have added two elements. So we have now, if I just check here, we have in my array we have Rohit and 15, and in the second array, my array 2, we have tutorial live, false, 99 and my element. So it has two elements, it has four elements. If I call console.log my array dot, if I want to concatenate my array and my array 2, so I just called my array 2 dot concat, my array 2 concat, and the second array that I want to concatenate, my array 2. So it will concatenate these two arrays and return into a third array that I have created, my array 3. And now my array 3 is having 6 elements: Rohit, 15, tutorial live, false, 99 and my element. Similarly, if I want to concatenate or create a new element or concatenate a string into the elements of the array, so what it will do, I will again call the concat method, and it will add this particular element concat as this particular string as an element in the array. So concat a string, so it has added concat a string at the last position of the element with this string. So this is the way how we can merge the element as well as we can merge the array using concat method. Next, if I want to convert my array into a string, means we don't want to return any array, what it will do, we have two string method. Okay, what it will do, if I just console.log my array before this, so we have Rohit and 15 in this array. Once I call my array dot to string, what it did, it has returned the element Rohit comma 15. There were two elements in the array in a string format. If I now just want to convert this particular array into these strings into an array again, so we have method split, and split will take one argument in single quotes, that is the operator or the separator, not operator, it is will the separator from which this particular string, these strings are being separated. So we have comma as separator for this string. Okay, so it will create one array with these elements from that particular separator. But if I just I want to show something to you. If I just add one more boolean element, true is a boolean element, so we know that true is a boolean element, but at this point of time it won't understand that true is a boolean element, it will add it as a string. So this is something, a problem with this particular split method. Once we convert a string into the element, it will consider a boolean element also as an array. So these are some inbuilt methods of an array that we can use for as per our purpose. So we have seen how we can add elements, how we can remove elements from rear and the front end, also how we can get a selection of the array, how we can concatenate or merge the elements as well as the array. Now we'll move to the iterative methods. The session is getting longer, so let's wind up the session here. In our next session, we'll continue with the array iterative methods. So that's all for today. Hope to see you in the next session where we'll discuss array iterative methods. Thanks for joining.